Supervisors with La Crosse County's Juvenile Detention Center tell me there have been 13 suicide attempts this year alone at the facility. That's twice as many in all of 2016. Now they're seeking both staff additions and structural changes to the cells in hopes of preventing any more suicide attempts. The cells inside of La Crosse County's Juvenile Detention Center are nearly 30 years old.
And it's worked up until now.
But cameras pointing at the cells are showing it's time to make some changes.
With the number of kids that we're serving that have higher needs, it's just not working anymore.
Since January of this year, 13 juveniles attempted to commit suicide.
Anytime a child tries to hurt themselves, how can it not be concerning?
Facility Superintendent David Steinberg says there's no easy answer as to why the attempts and suicides are increasing, because juveniles are suffering from a variety of issues.
The kids that we have with mental health diagnoses coming in through our system is greater than ever before.
Now, facility supervisors are working with an architect to make structural changes to the center. These include switching from bars to doors and getting rid of the bunk beds to prevent hangings. They're also working to add more staff members and address the higher needs of mental health.
That's one more person that can have a one-to-one conversation with a youth. That's one more person that potentially could prevent an incident like this because they're able to respond to a youth.
The facility currently has 12 members on staff overlooking 10 juveniles every 15 minutes. They're looking to add 5 more staff members to respond to needs and hopefully stop the spike in attempted suicides.
Upbringing and familial life really can attribute to overall mental health and potential trauma responses. I think all of that plays into how we work with youth now in the system differently than what we did in the 90s when our facility opened up.
Facility supervisors are aiming for a 1-to-5 staff ratio, which is better than the national average. They say on average there are about 2 suicide attempts per year. Of the 13 attempts this year, all but 1 involved hangings.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sarah. Facility supervisors hope structural changes will be made by July 1st.